Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Naima Medintia Nur Arimi with name 24080156166, and I am from class 1E. Here I want to tell about one of the psychology figures, namely Ivan Petrovich Pavlov. Ivan Petrovich Pavlov was born in the village of Ryazan, Russia on September 14, 1849. He was educated at a church school and went on to the theological seminary. His father was a priest, and initially Pavlov himself planned not to become a priest, but he changed his mind and decided to pursue theology. He is not actually a psychology graduate and does not want to be called a psychologist because he is a fanatical theologist. In 1870, he entered Petersburg University to study natural history at the Faculty of Physics and Mathematics. In his third year, he took a course at the Medica Regional Academy. However, he did not want to become a doctor, but rather a qualified theologist. Pavlov asked everyone working in his laboratory to use only psychological terms if his assistants were charged using psychological language, for example referring to the dog's feelings or knowledge, then he would fine them. Pavlov's most famous experiments in theology began when he studied digestion. In his life, Pavlov was influenced by books of the 16th century, especially those written by Pissarro. He was very consistent with his work, so he gained a lot of additional knowledge about theology. Pavlov's trips abroad were important in supporting him to become a theologist. His expertise in the field of theology greatly influenced his experiments. He initially studied theology, but later abandoned his religious studies and devoted himself to studying science. Ivan Petrovich Pavlov was also a Russian psychologist who was known as a key figure in the world of psychology. One of the psychology figures, the most famous behaviorist, is Pavlov. One of his most famous studies was an experiment with dogs. This theory is also called classical conditioning or classical behavioristic theory. At first, Pavlov just happened to notice a strange condition in his dog every time he entered the laboratory. From there, Pavlov assumed the beginning of the discovery of classical conditioning theory. Pavlov discovered classical conditioning in the 1890 years and published his result in 1897. The discovery had a major influence on psychology. Pavlov discoveries had a major influence on other thinkers including John B. Watson and contributed significantly to the development of the school of thought known as behaviorism. Just a little before that year, when Pavlov turned 50, he began his famous work on conditioned reflexes. His written works are Work of Digestive Glands 1902 and Conditioned Reflexes. In 1904, he received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for this work. His work on conditioning greatly influenced behavioristic psychology in America. The official website of the Nobel Foundation, 2007. Pavlov's main interests were the study of psychology and natural science. He was the founder of the Russian Psychological Society and also served as its first president, a post he held for 19 years. Science demands that man live his full life. If you have two lives, it will not be enough for you. Be passionate in your work and your pursuits, Pavlov once advised. The discovery of classical conditioning by Ivan Pavlov while researching the digestive function of dogs. He notes that his research subjects would salivate at the sight of people delivering food. In a series of famous experiments, he presented various stimuli before the presentation of food, and eventually discovered that after repeated associations, a dog will salivate in the presence of stimuli other than food. It's just that even without food and smells, the dog's saliva still comes out. This made Pavlov realize that this was not a temporary psychological process. Dogs salivate when someone comes into the room to meet them, which is different from the saliva that is released when the dog is eating, because the saliva that is released when someone comes is a conditioned reflection. Further research was then carried out using sound as a neutral signal at first. Every time there was a sound, food would be served, then the dog's saliva production was used as a measure. Next, the metronome is sounded without providing food. Because you get used to it, the sound still produces saliva, so the conclusion is that the dog's saliva production can be conditioned by Pavlov with conditioning treatment, so the dog will still salivate even though food is not served. Pavlov received much praise for his work, including appointment to the Russian Academy of Science in 1901 and the Nobel Prize in Psychology in 1904. The Soviet government also offered generous support to Pavlov's work, and the Soviet Union soon became a leading center for psychological research, and he died on February 27, 1936 years. The experimental steps carried out by Pavlov were as follows. 1. The dog had its salivary glands operated on in such a way as to enable investigators to precisely measure the saliva that came out with a tube. His response to a food stimulus in the form of meat powder that was thrust into its mouth. Pavlov's experiment was repeated several times until it was finally discovered that saliva was released before the food reached the mouth. This means that saliva comes out when the dog looks at the plate where the food is placed. Sees the person who usually gives it food, and even when it hears the steps of the person who is usually gives it 2. In his efforts to understand brain function, Pavlov repeated experiments like those above with various variations. In the second experiment above, there are several things that can be explained. 1. The sound of a metronome or flashing lights is a conditioning stimulus, and food is an unconditioning stimulus. 2. The release of saliva due to the sound of a metronome or the flashing of a light is a conditioning reflex, and the release of saliva due to the presence of food is an unconditioning reflex. 3. Food given after salivation is called a reinforcer or influence, which strengthens the conditional reflex and provides a stronger response compared to the conditional reflex. Okay, next. 3. Pavlov's next experiments aimed to find out whether conditional reflexes that had been formed could be lost or eliminated. Through all his experiments, Pavlov concluded that conditional reflexes that have been formed can be lost or eliminated by A. Conditional reflexes that have been formed can disappear if the stimulus or signal that formed them has disappeared. This can be caused by previously known stimuli or signal that have been forgotten or never used again. B. Conditional reflexes can be eliminated by reconditioning. The method is as in the second experiment. For example, the sound of a metronome used as a signal has succeeded in forming a conditional reflex. Later, the metronome sound was no longer used and was replaced with a light flash. In a long time, if the metronome is sound again, it will not cause a conditional reflex because now the conditional reflex appears if there is a light on. Reality show that animals have limited memory just like humans. 4. Another experiment by Pavlov aimed to determine the ability of animals to differentiate between various stimuli in order to help advance scientific studies of learning. However, Pavlov's discoveries were not widely applied to learning in schools. From the results of experiments carried out with dogs, Pavlov concluded that reflex movement can be learned, can change with practice. Those two types of reflexes can be distinguished, namely natural reflexes and conditioning reflexes. Salivation, wincing, food, and conditioned reflexes are learned reflexes, conditioned reflexes. Salivation due to receiving, reacting to a certain color of lights or to something, certain sounds. Ivan Pavlov's contribution to psychology. Many people outside the field of psychology may be surprised to learn that Pavlov was not a psychologist at all. Not only is he not a psychologist, he was reportedly skeptical of the burgeoning field of psychology. However, his work had a major influence on the field, especially on the development of behaviorism. His discoveries and research on reflexes influenced the burgeoning behaviorist movement, and his work was frequently cited in the writings of John B. Watson. Okay, maybe that's all I can tell you about the psychology figure Ivan Petrovich Pavlov. Sorry if there are any wrong words in what I said. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.